our 8-push project.
Do we have to? I'm watching a looping video of Oprah unleashing bees on her audience. Plus, why should we work on it when Razum fails everyone anyways?
That's true. We should just watch a movie and worry about it later.
Perfect. Now, if only I had something to drink.
Don't worry about it. Come here. Come here.
Quick question, why did you just snap?
Well, you see, I had this teleporting thing that only works if it hears a snap. So...
Yeah, of course, because that makes perfect sense. And why are we buying all this alcohol?
Well, in the 1920s, Prohibition was a big thing, so people would have hidden stashes of alcohol. So I thought I'd bring this here.
Wait, I don't even think Prohibition is our topic. And who do you think I am, some drunk Irish immigrant? I'm taking us back.
Hannah, it's a snap. Get it together. We made it. Yes! The hockey game's on right after this. Let me change it to my Connect shirt.
Okay, first of all, we need to do our project Not Watch Hockey. Second, this isn't Canada. You should try watching a more American sport like baseball.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Baseball was named America's pastime in the 1920s, so now it's a big deal.
It was more than just a pastime. Major League Baseball had more fans than any other sport, and people literally idolized George Herman, Babe Ruth. Oh.
No.
Hey, what do you call a cruel babe? Babe Ruthless.
That was so bad. I can't stand you.
But seriously, athletes took their place alongside movie stars in defining a new culture of celebrity. Okay, I have another one. Why couldn't the black boy play baseball?
This better not be an inside
Because
joke.
he was black.
Okay, as not funny as that is. Did you get that One Direction laughter?
What are you talking about?
Whatever. Anyway, as not funny as that is, it's actually really true. African Americans in the 1920s were so discriminated against that they had to form their own leagues. And the worst part was that some of the players were actually good enough to rival people like Babe Ruth.
Look at us talking about baseball like it was the only sport that existed back then. Americans love swimmers, boxers, golfers, and of course, football players.
Football's a quality sport. Actually, Ivy League schools used to be huge football schools until the 1920s when the sports were moved to big Eastern and Midwestern universities.
And if you count flying an airplane as a sport, I heard this guy named Charles Lindbergh was the first guy to fly across the Atlantic, which was a pretty big deal. Okay, joke time.
No. Oh,
what
God.
kind of ice is Charles? A Lindbergh, like iceberg?
Where is the One Direction theme laughter coming from? Whatever. But people thought that they were witnessing a miracle when they saw Charles's flight. It was even broadcasted all over the radio.
Speaking of radios, we should turn on the radio while we start researching for this project. Okay, hold on.
Elsa? Do you want to build a snow?
Okay, do you want to work on our history project? How about that? But radios were huge, weren't they?
Yeah, radio was so much better in the 20s. There was no TV, so stations like NBC and CBS would play comedies, quiz shows, news, sports broadcasts, and even soap operas.
That's true. Radio did more than anything to publicize and commercialize previously unknown forms of American music. And did you know that by 1930, about 600 stations were broadcasting to over 12 million homes? That was 40% of American people.
I did know that. To think that the first broadcast station started because Harry P. Davis saw one of his employees trying to broadcast little segments from a radio in his garage. It took one guy to connect this amateur system to a bigger station for the whole country to go through Radio Mania.
And today, many of the same elements of broadcasting exist, like regular daily programming paid for and produced by commercial advertisers, national networks carrying shows across the nation, and of course, the mass ownership of radios in homes.
Wait, did you ever hear American radio stations in Canada?
I don't know. Let me check.
20 minutes later.
Yep, I did. Why?
Well, obviously, the broadcasting would go over national borders, so Canada and Mexico would hear American radio. It was one of the ways America spread its commercialism through the continent.
Why did I have to go to Canada? It was negative 20 degrees Celsius.
Just to verify, gosh. And I wanted to get rid of you for a while. Your Canadianness was getting super annoying. And I'm actually starting a petition to deport you like Justin Bieber. Sorry.
Well, if how you feel about me. I'm just gonna go watch my movie by myself.
She's so annoying. Hey.
What are you doing here?
Well, you teleported and I just walked down the stairs.
Oh,
Wait, oh my gosh. Fans bid $100,000 on eBay for a piece of Vegemite toast that member Niall Horn bit into instantly. What in the world?
actually, fun fact, this whole celebrity obsession came from the 1920s because people started worshiping or idolizing movie stars instead of politicians.
Well, obviously, movies were becoming really popular. In fact, by 1929, 80 million tickets to the latest Hollywood movie were sold every week.
And cities started to build numerous movie theaters that they called palaces, which really emphasized the high standard that Hollywood was held up to. Plus, now, you know how teenage girls fangirl over,
Like I do.
yeah, like
Yeah,
you do.
fangirl.
You love Zac Efron and Channing Tatum. Well, back then, teenagers would really go crazy over Greta Garbo and Rudolph Valentino.
Yeah, it's so weird to think that the current obsession with Hollywood and an association of an elite and famous lifestyle wouldn't exist if it wasn't for everything that had happened in a decade.
On top of that, huge producers like Paramount, Fox, MGM, Universal, and Warner Brothers were all created in that decade.
The ironic part is these producing groups were all controlled by new immigrants, so all the nativists that went to watch these big movies were actually helping the people they hated.
So, in a way, you can say that this whole mass culture movement eased tensions because of the common bond it created between everyone.
Yeah, this is why movies are the greatest things ever.
I have an idea. We should go into a 1920s movie.
What are you even saying?
Oh my god, we're late for school. I think the dancing knocked us out.
Oh my god, I think it's Wednesday.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know my skills could take us through time, too.
Quick, snap and get us to school. We should be in history presenting right now.
Hold on, we'll stop by my room so that we can change.